You are ignorant. Well, that's okay, so am I. And today, we're gonna talk about it. Well, hello, I'm Sean, and I'm an embryologist. Welcome to my channel. Today, we're gonna be talking about ignorance, specifically this book titled Ignorance by Stuart Firestein. Now, I bought this book about 10 years ago. I'm sure there used to be a cover on it, but who keeps those things? In the last 10 years, I've read this book probably 3 to 5 times, which goes to show I kind of like this book. Stuart Firestein, at least at the time of writing this book, maybe he still is, he was a professor of neuroscience at Columbia University. And he taught a course called Ignorance. And a lot of the class was him having other professors come in and talk about their research, specifically the things that they were trying to investigate. They were to come in and talk about the things that they didn't know or the things that they were trying to find out. Now, I love this book because I'm naturally a very curious person, and I think the vast majority of people are. And this book encourages us to lean into that curiosity, to accept the fact that there's a lot of things that we don't know. There's a lot of things that we are ignorant to. The word ignorance tends to have a negative connotation, but that's because we think of somebody being ignorant as someone who is willfully ignorant, meaning they have an idea or a philosophy about something and they're set in their ways. No matter what new evidence comes their way, they are going to believe what they believe. When in reality, ignorance just means the lack of knowledge about something. You are ignorant to things, I'm ignorant to things, and we as a cumulative whole, that's an easy word, are ignorant to a lot of things. But that's what's exciting. That's what's exciting about science. It's the unknown. We're exploring the unknown. There's so many things that we still don't know. In fact, there's a lot of things that we think we know, but we're probably not right about. Think about the food pyramid. For like 50 years, we had this food pyramid that we were all going off of, and then we learned, oh, hey, not only are we a little bit wrong about it, but it looks like we're actually completely wrong about it. Oopsie. And this book teaches us to be more comfortable with our ignorance. It's a short book. It's not long. It's like 170 pages, and the pages aren't even very tall. You can read it in 2 to 3 sittings. The author wrote it for both scientists and non-scientists alike, although I think within all of us, we have a little scientist. And in this book, he says that questions are more relevant than answers. Because when you ask good questions, those can lead to a lot of answers or even decades of research and investigation. Here's a little metaphor. Somebody comes across a scientist who's in this dark street and he's looking for his car keys. And there's one street light and he's kind of looking within that light. And the person comes up, tries to help him, and he says, well, did you drop your keys in this area? And he says, no, I think I dropped them way over there, but the light is a lot better right here. Now, that is not how science will progress. Looking at things that we already know or we kind of mostly know. You gotta dive into the dark, to the places that you don't know. And if you're uncomfortable with admitting that there's this huge gap of knowledge, that's gonna hold you back from that potential progress of investigation. Unfortunately, in my opinion, the tone of social media has become very dangerous to this idea of leaning into our ignorance. When people share information on social media, they always come at it from an angle of, I'm the expert, I have superior knowledge, or I have at least unique insight into this thing. You should listen to what I have to say because then, I'm gonna want you to go buy my masterclass or my courses online so I can make some money off of this. Not to say that that's inherently bad. That's great, go make money on social media. But the problem is it's very discouraging and confusing to people when someone like me comes along and has this tone of, I actually don't know. For example, just a couple of days ago, I posted a video on Instagram. I had gone hiking with some friends up in the mountains here in Utah, and we had gotten up into a little bit of snow. It's June, so a lot of the snow is melting. But around the base of trees, like where the tree well is, the snow had melted. So the video I posted was, check it out, you guys. The snow melted in kind of a perfect circle around this tree. Why do you think the snow melted faster next to the tree? And then I gave my idea of what I thought could possibly be going on. I said something about, there's tree sap in the tree and there's sugar in the sap, and that's what prevents the cells of the tree from freezing because that's bad for them. And it's possible that that sugar, that sap is down in the root system, and maybe the sugars are able to get out into the soil, and that's lowering the freeze point. Therefore, the snow around the tree has melted. The responses that I got, there was some genuine anger that I did not know the answer of why snow melted faster closer to this tree. In fact, one person said, "This video is infuriating." I think this just falls in line with what I was saying of the tone of social media. People aren't used to someone like me coming on and saying, "Hey, I don't really understand what's going on here. Here's what I think." And it's probably the wrong answer. And so they think, how is this person sharing this publicly incorrect information? Now, first of all, I don't think my incorrect guess was terribly dangerous to society, but I can't help but have a tone of curiosity on my social media. My hopes are that when I post something like that, showing my ignorance on something that's probably common knowledge for a lot of people, sharing that could encourage people to also have that tone of curiosity. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who don't know why snow melts closer to a tree than anywhere else. And my hopes are that by me asking that question, maybe they'll slow down and see that and observe and ask a question in their head like, oh yeah, maybe why is that happening? That's interesting. So consider yourself fairly warned that you can expect a tone of curiosity, dare I say, ignorance on this channel. I don't know everything. There, I said it. I don't know everything. There will be plenty of information that I will share that is useful, that comes from my experience as an embryologist. I will share studies, I will share data, what we know, what we think we know, but I'll also always come at it from that angle of humility, because we're constantly being proven wrong on things that we thought we knew for sure. Well, thanks for watching. Go grab yourself a copy of Ignorance. There's a link in the description below, and feel free to comment any insight that you grab from it.